Hi, I'm Ken Mallison. Caveman is a story I wrote for the children at our local junior school. The idea was to show them how a caveman lived, what sort of clothes he wore, what sort of food he ate, and how long he actually lived. So this is Caveman. It was very cold, and the ground was covered in a thick layer of snow. The only thing he wore to try to keep warm was a skin from a smilodon, a saber-toothed tiger, which he had fought and killed. It had been a very hard fight, and he had many scars from the claws of the smilodon. He moved along in his low, crouching walk, looking for something to eat. It was difficult, as the snow covered most of the plants. Then he saw a patch of uncovered ground with some cattails. These looked like grass, but could be ground up to make some flour. It was only recently that his cave woman was able to use this to make bread and soup after they had discovered fire. It was an accident, really. Lightning had struck a tree and set it on fire. It was amazing, and how warm it was to sit outside the cave next to the fire. Caveman had kept an ember burning, and each time he needed a fire, he had only had to cover the ember with grass and blow on it. Sometimes the ember went out, but one of the tribe had found out that you could start an ember by rubbing two stones together. Suddenly, Caveman heard a noise. It was a duck. This was really lucky because although most of the time he only ate plants, sometimes he caught a small animal to eat. He moved quietly towards the sound and pounced on the duck before it could fly away. His cave woman would be pleased with him. Now they could have a soup with bread and duck. He made his way back to the cave, avoiding the valley where some of the large animals lived. He heard the flapping of large wings and hid beneath the tree as a pterodactyl flew overhead. When he reached his cave, he held up the duck and the cattails and grunted at his cave woman. She grunted back, grinned at him, and took them to where the fire was. First, she grounded the cattails with a large rock to make flour, and then she made some bread. After that, she plucked the duck and, using a sharp stone, cut it open to remove the parts she did not want. Then she cooked it over the fire. Caveman went inside the cave and looked at the marks on the wall. There were 18 marks, one for each winter. He took a stone and crossed off one of the marks and wondered if he would live long enough to reach the end. Most of the tribe never reached 18. They were either killed by animals or died from disease. It was not long before the meal of duck and soup was ready, and they sat by the fire to eat. He felt the softness of the skin on his body, remembering the time when he was younger. The skins had been very hard then, before someone had found they could be made soft by soaking them in oil from animal brains or submerging them in pools with vegetable matter. It had been a good day for Caveman. He was warm and not hungry. The end. Actually, there were no dinosaurs when the caveman was around. The dinosaur had died out millions of years before. The smilodon was around then, but not the pterodactyl. I thought it sounded more exciting. So I hope you like that story. It's for youngsters, of course, but it just contains some facts about the age of the caveman, sort of food he ate, sort of clothes he wore. So bye for now.